This is Meri at the Meri Atelier, and it is Thursday, May 9th, 2024. Welcome to my desk. Welcome to my desk. So this morning I'm going to show some slow stitch progress. I'm not going to do much slow stitch. I do have the log cabin block that I'm going to set up. I want to show you where I am on my journal page. We're going to work on postcards. I want to do some drawing, and we're going to work on teapots. So let's get started. So welcome to my, let me get over here to my tablet. Set that up so that I can see folks coming in and welcome them in. Doesn't say we have anybody desk in here yet, but folks, come in. There's one person. I think that's me. And let me set the quality up from 480. Oh, there's Darla. Oh, I have happy mail from Darla. Darla, thank you so much. I'm going to show that. I'm going to open it. I haven't opened it yet. Hi, Darla. Good morning. Good morning. All right, I'm all set up. Since Darla is here, and Derwin is here, and Penelope, all the important folks, Darla, Derwin, and Penelope, let's open Darla's happy mail. It's poofy. It's poofy. Let's see what it is. It's a card. Oh, look at that. Darla Phillip. Oh, what did she do? Oh, these are wonderful little clusters. Oh, wow. Little bulb pen and scissors. That's cool. Let's turn these maybe. Go this way? No, I think it goes the other way. Like this. How cool is that? And little button clusters. Oh, these are nice. Just a note to say thank you for all your inspiring videos and to send you a little smile. Oh, thank you for the little smile. God bless Darla. God bless you, Darla. Oh, thank you. I got a postcard coming your way. I'm working on them. I'm going to work on them today. I'm going to put this up over here on my desk. So thank you, Darla. Oh, it doesn't have to be big. Nothing big, that's all right. That's okay. Hi, Dar. Good morning, Dar. Hi, Becky. Becky is doing a crochet along. I want to work on that today. I want to work on Becky's crochet along. I saw your video when you were sitting on the catio last night. I didn't quite get it finished, but I will go back and finish watching that. Becky was sitting out on her catio as evening was coming. So Becky said, I will be leaving in about an hour for my knee appointment. Oh, Becky, I hope that goes well for you. Becky has been having trouble. Is this the menses thing that are you going to get that fixed, hopefully? I hope so. It's been causing her a lot of pain. Kimberly, good morning, Kimberly. It's good to see you. Good morning, ladies. Well, what I want to show you here is I've been stitching on the kintsugi piece. And I'm going to have to show this closer up. So what you do is you have she had a dark and a gold. This is representing a gold crack down the pottery. And in Japan, kintsugi was mending things with gold. And you guys know how much I love gold. Now, she put circles down here. I don't know if circles have a meaning in kintsugi, but I did it because K3N cloth tails. And then she fills all of this in. And there's a lot of stitching to be done on this because it's all going to be filled in with these lighter gold stitches of varying sizes. And then I think she took another gold piece around the circles after she was done, and then she did little blue stitches down there. So there's a lot of stitching left to do on this. I'll be working on that. And then I've been following her for the, excuse me, I'm bumping the phone. I've been following her for the log cabin squares. And what she did this week was, and I'm going to use this one as my model. This one's bigger. This was last week's. This was another paper and fabric woven piece for Wonky Wednesdays. And what she did this week were Greek keys. And I'm going to do mine out of this kind of a rusty gold color here and a black. I think this is a wool. It could be it's probably a wool blend, but black and gold. And I need a backing fabric. I didn't bring anything in. Let's see. I have a piece of white here though. I'll do it. I'll cut my backing fabric out of this. So that's what I want to do. And then I want to kind of cut some strips. I'm just going to set it up so that I can stitch on it. And I want to work on Becky's crochet along. And we worked in the yard in the garden yesterday. Oh, my muscles are sore. My muscles are sore. Let's see. I think I'm going to take it up here. And I just want a backing block about this size. It's about 4.5. The one I did last week was a little bit too large. See if I can't. The problem is I have 4.5 as my length, and then I have to figure out how many strips I can get on, but I think I can kind of make my strips thinner with this. Let's tear it here, getting a start on it here. And I really enjoy following K3N because she tolerates imperfection. She tolerates imperfection. And I am the epitome of imperfection. Meniscus, Becky says. Thank you, Becky. Meniscus. Darla and Kimberly and Dar and Becky. Good morning, ladies. Kimberly says, I had mine repaired years ago, Becky. Now I have to baby it sometimes to wear my brace. It doesn't like to squat. Today's word. Oh, Becky, how do you pronounce that? Habile? It's an adjective. It means skillful. Uh-oh. I might have to skip today's word because I'm not that skillful. But I have fun. I'm a very imperfection is that should be my life word. But really my life word is triumphant. And I like triumphant because of the victory aspect of it. However, in order to have victory, you have to have something to have victory over. So, there you go. I'm going to put this piece back inside. I'll just put it on top here. No, I think I'll put it in back with the other one. I have to find my other two. I've got at least two others going. I haven't done the Manxed block yet. She did a Manxed one, and I haven't done that yet. And Courthouse Steps, I haven't done that yet. So what I want for the Greek keys are the strips of this color, this rusty gold, and this black. And let's see. This is, of course, you know, the folds always are inside the piece here. This is kind of the salvage area here, but I'm going to use it. And I don't need that. I just need, well, I kind of need the idea of the length. I'm going to make them a little longer and a little wider just so I'll trim them down. And I don't know if this fabric will tear. We'll see. No. So I'm going to have to cut. Thankfully, I don't have to cut too far. And I like to make them longer and trim them down because of my imperfection. You can see I can't even can't draw a straight line, can't cut a straight line. All right. Let's put this, you know, I tore up that black blouse the other day in here, and I don't know what I did with it. I can't find it. It's around here somewhere. And then I want pieces of this. So it's going to be a Greek key in the same vein as, you see those Greek vases? So I'm using a black and a rusty color. Now this is cut on the bias here. I don't think I want my pieces cut on the bias. So, and this we know is longer. So I'm going to take a piece out of here, and that should be plenty for this. Hold on. And this I can tear. Of course, when you tear, you always get the gather. Looks like it's pulling a thread there. And this isn't going to matter because I'm going to be taking strips off of here. I want to draw and I work on teapots. I want to finish my teapot doodles. And I want to finish my postcards so that I can start tomorrow morning off on a good note. I was going to stream yesterday morning, but you guys, I just did not make it up. I did not make it. I've been working out in the yard. I got all the plants that I bought, which weren't a whole lot, planted. Got the garden hose out, and nothing was coming out of it. And we checked and we checked and we checked, and nothing was coming out. So my brother got a trickle to come, and then I did not unwind the entire hose out of the holder, and it was all kinked up in there. So I had to, it's hard to unwind that thing. All right, so I've got, here's my square here that I'm going to be using, and I've got plenty here. So my strips, she made hers, I think, 3/4 inch. So let's just, I think I'm going to tear them at 1 inch, and then I'll overlap them. Well, that one might be a little bit thicker than 1 inch. I mean, well, do I need 1 inch even? Let's go for, let's see what, I think I can do them this way. I think I can't. Well, yeah, they shouldn't be any wider than this. So let's just make some cuts here. And I'm not going to pin this or anything. I'm just going to cut the strips, get it ready to work on. And this one will be a little bit wider. I'll trim it down when the time comes. Let's do that other long one, wider one. Woo! It's warm in here. I do have the fan going. I'm going to turn it toward me a little. Ooh, that feels good. Teresa's here. Hi, Teresa. Good morning, lady. Teresa, and Arlene. Hi, Arlene. Teresa says, good morning, Mary, Arlene, Becky, Jen. Did I miss Jen? Hi, Jen. Kitty Jen. And Darla, and Kimberly. And Joyce popped in. Hi, Joyce. Good morning. I missed the tatting class yesterday because we were working in the yard. I didn't, when the little guy came and mowed, the little guy, he's in 7th grade. He's about the age of my grandniece. And his mother came and kind of supervised him because I think this was his first experience mowing for somebody. And, you know, she had to make sure that he was doing it correctly and, you know, that he wasn't going to hurt himself or anything. And I left he did a couple around the more easy trees, but out there by the corner, and then we have a spot in our yard where my brother had trees removed, and it's still got kind of not the stump, but you can tell where that tree was, and it's got roots there. I don't like to mow over that myself, so I told him to leave that out behind the garage. So yesterday I went around and mowed all the hard spaces, kind of cleaned the corner. I haven't done the corner yet. I'm taking those barrels. I don't know if you guys remember. I'm going to have to cut these, I think. And I had these big barrels that I had dirt in. They were cattle feeders. The farmers would put feed in it for the cows. And I didn't punch holes in them last year, and the water, you know, did not drain out. Well, it wasn't bad, but down at the bottom, there was water down at the bottom. So I'm digging the dirt out. I got one cleaned out yesterday. I have to do the other one. My brother's it's kind of a hard plastic, you know, it's a hard plastic, and he's got to drill holes in it for me. He said he would. So I'm working on that. He planted his tomatoes. I've got all my plants planted, cleaned out just did general work in the yard yet. Today I'm going to plant my cannonballs, which are kind of late, but I had trouble finding them. I went to 3 of the stores around here, and they were all out of cannabobs, even Earl May. And I finally found some at Walmart. I hope they're good. Now, even though I'm cutting these an inch, I may not use the total inch, and my lines may be thicker and thinner. We'll see how that goes. I probably don't need all of these, but I'll have them. And I'm just going to kind of cut them here. I kind of messed up on that one. I'm going to cut it here. It's a little thicker. But the yard's looking nice. I want to get out and finish my scarecrow. The Japanese indigo is planted. We'll see how that goes. So I think the hardest part of the yard work is done. Now it's just going to, and I decided I wasn't going to do a lot of porch plants because I'm just going to kind of take it easy this year. But I did get 2 hanging petunias for the shepherd's hooks, and I got a hanging fern plant. I might buy another fern plant for the other side. I might get a couple more hanging baskets. By the time you buy hanging baskets, they're a little bit more expensive, but by the time you buy all your porch plants, now see, I want my block about like that, and I'm just going to leave that for a minute, just to kind of show you what, well, I guess there'll be a strip. Let's put it this way, just to kind of show you what the Greek key will kind of look like. I might have my lines a little thinner than what these are, because these are about an inch. I might overlap them a little. I think she said when you had 2 there, you have 2 here. I have to figure out how this goes. Something like this. There's 2 pieces there. Let's put another one here. And this is the wide one. This will not be this wide. And so my lines will probably be about this wide in here. Like this. I might need more black. Let's see, I think I need a... And boy, I'll tell you, my muscles in my arms are sore, and they're sore from all that mowing and going. So the Greek key will look something like this. I'm going to have to cut more black, I think. Well, but these pieces will be cut, so we'll see. But I think I'll have to cut some more black. But it'll be a Greek key, and I might embroidery some, I don't know if I'll embroidery on it or not, or just do a running stitch of gold on the black and black on the gold. But whatever more I need, I'll cut later. I've got enough to get me a start. So let's put this off and move on. Thank you, Darla, for the happy mail. I'm going to have to send you some stuff. Yes, I am. Oh, I had 2 pieces there. Oh. So this will be fun to play with. At Kintsugi, with all those background gold stitches, it's going to take me a while to do that. I may not get it all done this week. We'll see. I'm not planning anything big today. Let's see. Let's keep this piece out. And my black is behind me. So we'll just keep this like this. And put it... I'm not going to do much more with the stitching because I want to move on and do other things today. Put that behind me. What I thought I would do, let me get it here. Oh, you need muscles in this room. I'm still organizing. I'm not too bad behind me. I'm going to draw in my big book. Look, my big book is splitting there. I'm going to have to mend that. Is that the front? Yeah. I have to get some of that gaffer tape out and mend that. Oh, you guys can't see it. It's splitting. Let me zoom out. Zoop, zoop, zoop. You might get a little of my... Oh, I think that's good. I'm going to have to move Penelope and Derwin out of the way so they don't get any trouble. Move my... Let's see. Take a couple pins out here. So what I want to do is start drawing one picture and do it as many times as I can until I'm done. Let me come out and look at chat here. Is Angie here? Hi, Angie. Teresa is a version of the log cabin. Yeah, the Greek key. That looks like a little log cabin, the quilt block. Yeah, Wonky Wednesdays, Teresa, K3N is concentrating right now on log cabin squares. So, I have some that she's done that I haven't done yet. I'm trying to play catch up on that, but I'm trying to at least get all my weekly pages done. Let me reach over. Oops. Something fell. I think that was a Play-Doh container that fell. So, you guys, I've been working in this book. Was a gift from, this big book was a gift from Renee at Little Red Wagon. Let me zoom in just a teeny bit. And keep her in your thoughts and prayers because she and her husband have COVID. And that's not fun. I haven't talked to her since earlier this week, so I don't know how she's doing, but when I last talked to her, she was really concerned for her, that her son didn't get it. So keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Pollen, I think that's what Angie means. What did Angie say? Good morning, Angie. I missed her up there. Where is she? Hi, Tori, the Artful Dabbler. There's where Angie came in. Tori is the Artful Dabbler. Good morning. Joyce is here, Becky's here, Teresa's here, Kimberly and Darla. Good morning, ladies. I think I saw Arlene come in. She says, hi, Angie. Yes, the tornado missed me. Did you guys have a tornado in Tennessee? Yeah, there was, Ryan Hall was on again last night. I'll tell you, this tornado season is something, isn't it? Joyce says her dogs are scared of the storm. Well, I don't blame them. I'm scared of them too. Tori and Angie, Joyce, they're saying good morning, good morning, good morning. Angie says, Arlene, that's good, but she's praying for the people that got it. Yeah. Keep those who are affected by these storms in your hearts and prayers. It is so sad to see, loss of life is, of course, is bad in itself. Nobody likes to see people die from a windstorm. But, people work all their lives to get a decent house to live in, and, and then that wind just comes along and blows it all away and tears up the town. They look like disaster. They look like a bomb hit them. They're disaster areas is what they are. It's really sad to see all that happen. Joyce says, hi, Kimberly. Angie said she was sick all night. I think it's the Pauline. They say it's bad when it's raining. What is the Pauline? Oh, she means the pollen, not, the pollen. That's what that meant. Pollen. Yeah. Teresa, let's see, got that. Yeah, that old AI just doesn't understand us, does it, Angie? She said she talked into the microphone and that's what it came up with. And, if you ever read the transcripts or if you watch some people, especially if you're watching shorts, they'll have voice activated mic on, and it's AI related, and it comes up with some pretty weird stuff sometimes. Teresa said she helped her great aunt quilt when she was about 5 or 6. Well, that's cool. I never got in on the quilting when I was younger. I know my grandmother quilts. I have the quilts I got my quilt, my sister's quilt, my younger brother's quilt, my older brother's quilt I found when I came down here upstairs on the closet floor, just all mangled up. I took it out. I haven't washed it because when you wash an older quilt, you've got to be careful with it. I did pick it off of the floor and hang it. I hung it. I didn't hang it. I hung it over the upstairs balustrade, and there's no light. There's no windows. It's an indoor hallway, and so it's hanging. It's got kind of hanging the wrinkles out. And I don't know if my grandniece is interested in that or not. I mentioned it, and automatically they talked about her other grandmother's quilt, so I don't know. But they're getting to be almost 100 years old. I think she probably quilted those in the 1940s when my oldest sister was born in 1945, I believe. My oldest brother was born in 1947. So they're not quite, they're at least 75 years old. Not quite reaching a 100-year-old quilt yet. And mine's a crazy quilt. My older brother's is one of those flower garden quilts with the circle and the pieces coming out. My oldest sister's is a baby crib quilt, and I think it's, I can't remember the pattern for hers. I'll have to look. And then my younger brother's, is a quilt that she had made as a wedding, my grandmother had made as a wedding gift. And my mother had written a note that she wanted my younger brother to have it, that she wore his out. She made a quilt for my younger brother, but Mom said she washed it so many times and it completely wore it out. So she was giving the wedding quilt to my younger brother. Well, my younger brother cared for it like my older brother did. So I've kind of taken possession of all of them because I know the value of them. And I need to document all that, at least for, I don't know if, like I said, my grandniece, I don't know if she has an interest in that or not. Right now, she doesn't. She's all into volleyball and basketball, and she's got other interests going on right now. But I keep thinking when she gets older, and especially when she gets our age, that hopefully that stuff will mean something to her, but right now it doesn't. Darla said she always wanted to make a quilt. I never really had the desire to quilt, mostly just because it was one more hobby. I am enjoying doing this slow stitching, but I doubt that I'll ever tackle a quilt, although K3N talked about in 2025 doing a quilt project. But I don't know. I might follow along with what she's doing and do a journal, because I really don't have space or need for any more quilts in my life, or desire. I have a quilt. I have the quilt my mother made for me. She machine stitched it. It's not hand stitched. I have some quilt tops that my mother did, and I brought those home too, or back to Nebraska with me. And I was thinking about going up there, and there's a couple of them. They're just beginnings of quilts, and they're nothing real special. She machine quilted them, or she didn't quilt them, she machine stitched blocks together. And I was thinking it'd be fun to do some slow stitch and make a bag out of one of them. I only have a couple of them. I got to get up there in that room and work up there. Let's see. Arlene says, Angie, allergies can tear up your stomach. Angie says, Teresa, I used to quilt too. I made a lot of baby quilts, but also made big quilts. So Angie's quilted. I know Becky has made quilts. Teresa says, I have a maple leaf that my great aunt made on my window. It's falling apart, so I hung it over a window so during the day the pattern would show. Ooh, that's cool. Angie says hi. Tori says hi. Arlene says, K3N's new Wonky Wednesday. Thank you, Arlene. Teresa said, I crocheted baby blankets, but I'm not able to sit and do it anymore. My hands and eyes won't let me do the things that large anymore. I know yesterday, after mowing and doing all that yard work yesterday, my muscles, you know, like right above my elbow, boy, I'll tell you, I felt it in my arms, and I still kind of feel it. And when my hands, now they're not bad today, but yesterday I was trying to work on that kintsugi piece, and boy, my hand was, my thumb is the worst. It will shake pretty bad when it gets stressed and tired. Right now, and when I grip things, it's not bad this morning. But I was tired yesterday, and I was trying to stitch, and my hand was shaking so bad, but I know it was because I stressed, and my muscles still ache this morning. I've been kind of massaging them, and that makes them feel better. I don't know if it helps, but after I massage my arm muscles a little, I just take and kind of massage this like so, and that feels better. That I think I strained my arms yesterday. I did a lot of yard work, but the yard looks nice. Mary, we're having a bad storms in Tennessee right now. Oh, really? Oh, my goodness. Ryan Hall was on for 12 hours. Oh, my goodness sakes. They're talking about the storms. Oh, my. Tori says, be safe, all. Prayers are with you. Imagine what it must be like. Darla has a question. What did you say her name was? I will put her name on my prayer list. Renee Suzanne. She used to go by Little Red Wagon. She messaged me and said she and her husband both have, she just looks horrible. She did a short where, I don't know if she kept that up or not, but she was saying that she had COVID, and then she messaged me later and said, would you keep us in your prayers? Her husband and her son, she's so afraid her son is going to get it. Tori says, be safe. My prayers are with you guys that are facing storms. So early in the morning it's storming in Tennessee. Wow. I haven't checked the weather yet. Dar says it's very sad and scary. Becky said, rain is the best thing ever during pollen season as it clears the rain. As it clears the rain. Really? Mary, if you wash those quilts, do not put them in the dryer. Hang them out to dry. That's a good suggestion, Angie. I will not put anything in the dryer. I don't think that I can wash my crazy quilt because it's got some velvet stuff in it. And I don't know. I do have them wrapped up in sheets, though. I know that much and they're not rolled, but they've got sheets, and they're kind of long rolled. They're not rolled tight. They're kind of long rolled together. I did bring them home, and I'm glad I did, because I wasn't going to leave those things in storage. I'd rather have them with me. Yeah, wait till she's in her 40s, Becky says. I was talking about my grandniece. Yeah, I kind of think that too. Right now, well, her mother is not interested in things, you know, and neither is her dad. I won't say, her mother told me, because her mother's a realtor, and her mother sells all sorts of buildings around in the regional area. She does really good at it. But she told me my brother's significant other, they have been together for at least 20 years. And he got rid of a lot of stuff when she passed away. But there's still a lot, like she had Easter egg stuff and bunny rabbits, and she's got a lot of fall knickknacks and stuff like that upstairs. And my grandniece's mother said, get rid of all of that stuff. They don't want it. And but I do think there's some stuff up there. Now the Easter egg stuff and the bunny rabbits and stuff like that, I don't mind getting rid of. But I do think there is a letter of her mother's and a beaded purse, and there's some stuff up there that I think should stay in the family. So I'm not ready just to throw it all in boxes and take it to the Goodwill. And she had a collection of teddy bears. They're on 2 shelves up here in this room, and I haven't touched them just because I know my brother doesn't say that they mean anything, but the minute I touch them or try to do anything with them, he'll object. So I just leave them up there. And she asked about those teddy bears, and she's, oh, they'll probably got all sorts of dust on them, and they probably do, but there's not, to tell you the truth, there's not a whole lot of room up there for dust. And I really think a good vacuuming and maybe a cleaning on them, and they would be fine. But her mother would just toss them and burn them. And I don't think I think that they could be donated, and they probably have some value, because I think there's a couple. She didn't buy cheap stuff. And so I kind of hesitate giving things of value to them right now, because they don't value even things of value. They value stuff that they go and pay $500 for something at a high-end store. That's what they value. So I don't mean that to be sarcastic, but they're just not into, and I can't blame them, but I do think there's some things that when she gets older, she will appreciate. Joy said you should never agitate a quilt when washing. Yeah, I hesitate. I haven't washed any of the quilts yet. I have a quilt that I purchased. I paid a pretty penny for it, a very pretty penny, a gold dollars for it. It was hand quilted by the Amish, and I brought that home back with me too. I should get those quilts out and show them all to you guys. I need to get up and work in that room, but I need yard work. I need to finish the garden. I'm going to plant my cannabulbs today. Hi, Stitch It Pam. Good morning. Dar is here. Hi, did Roy pop in? Did I miss Mr. Roy? Angie? I see somebody saying hi to Roy. Dar said, hi, Roy. Where did Roy pop in at? He always gives a good morning. I missed you, Roy. I missed you coming in. I don't see where you came in. Joyce? Good morning, Roy, if you're out there. Pam popped in. Here he is. Happy Pancake Thursday, Mary, and a group hug and hello to all you wonderful atelierettes. Becky says, good morning, all. Sitting here crocheting a dishcloth. I wanted a project to have with me at the doctor office. Becky, sending you good thoughts for the doctor office. And meniscus, am I pronouncing that correctly? Becky's going to go, she has a doctor appointment. I think it's a consultation, isn't it, Beck? So let's send Becky off with good thoughts. Arlene says she didn't do the piecing. One lady loved piecing, and then I would do all the quilting. She says she misses that. Oh, Arlene, sending you many hugs. Kitty Jen says, okay, now I got my coffee. I'm ready to draw the teapots with you, Mary. Oh, well, here I've been. I want to do a sketch. I kind of want to show you guys. You guys have seen all of these, but it's been a while, so I'm just going to kind of page through this. These are all faces that I do in here, and these are water-soluble ink pens. This is all water-soluble ink. And I've only got one animal, and it's that squirrel, because I can see the forest in his eye. And so, these are kind of what, I haven't had this out for a while. Just kind of page through it until I get to a blank page. And then I'm going to start a series here where I do one person over and over and see how many times I can do her. I like this sketch. Unknown Man. This is Dr. Seuss. You miss the best things if your eyes are shut. This is Sitting Bull, not Standing Bull, Sitting Bull. This is Madam C.J. Walker, born Sarah Broadlove, a first female self-made millionaire. I think this is my last one. And I started something over there. So I'm going to skip a page. And we're going to start in here. Let's see. Let me get down to the bottom of chat. They're saying hello to everybody out there. Becky says the rain cleans the air. Kimberly says good morning to Pam and Roy. Teresa said, I was told to wash anything like that in a pillowcase or an enclosed bag of some sort on a gentle cycle. Don't ever put a quilt in a plastic bag. Okay. Well, that's all good advice. I probably won't, I'm not planning on doing any washing of quilts here in my future. I want to get out there and work on my scarecrow. And I see J-Mac in here. Hi, J-Mac. It's good to see you. I usually see J-Mac in in sales, Pearl Brown sales. I'm expecting a package from Pearl any day now. I know they've been shipped. It's good to see you, J Mac. Welcome in. She says, I caught you live. Becky says, what the younger generation does when they inherit things is they call and donate it all, or they bring it in a large dumpster and pitch it. Yeah. The younger generation, you know, our parents went through the Depression. At least my parents did. My mother would have been in her early 20s or mid 20s when in the heart of the Depression. And so they knew what it was like not to have money to buy anything. And so by the time we came along, you know, it was drilled into us to value stuff. And I think all of us kids do. My oldest sister I think later in her life she did, but maybe not so much when she was younger. But my brother and my younger brother and myself, we all, you know, we hang on to stuff, especially family items. And, but I think it has a lot to do with the way they're brought up. Like, you know, the younger generation, I hate to say, they get a lot of stuff given to them, and they've never really, well, I can't pinpoint it to a global thing. I mean, because there are kids out there that value things, but as a whole, they're not as materialistic, so they don't, their grandfather's college degree probably doesn't mean as much. Now, maybe if it was traced clear back to some king in England or something, they might think twice before they tossed it. But I do think when they get older, especially if our economy gets really bad, I think that, or if they experience in their personal life, a scarcity of possessions, they might think twice about throwing stuff away. But hopefully it won't be too late. But I'm not like that. I have to say I'm borderline on. I do throw stuff away that does not have meaning to me, but I think twice about everything before I throw it away. Especially art stuff. And now I'm into this slow stitch craze where I keep all sorts of fabric, and I've got to cut down on it because I'm getting quite a stash, and I have to say enough is enough. And I've got a stash of yarn now, but I've got a good use for that yarn, even the pieces, and I'm not going to go into that right now, what I want to do with it, but besides Becky's crochet along, I follow Becky's crochet alongs and stuff like that. I probably will not make any more Afghans, and I'm not really into making sweaters and quilts and stuff like that. So I've got enough. Let's see what else is going on. Sell the stuff on Facebook. Crafters would love to have that stuff. Yeah. Now there's a lot of things in storage. I have a lot of art supplies in storage that I couldn't bring home with me. I have 2 or 3 bins of scrapbook paper, and it's all vintage now. I mean, so, I'd say vintage. It was purchased in the late 80s and 90s, but that's vintage. That's coming on to vintage because it's 2024 now. If I purchased it in 1990, that's at least 20, going on 30 years old for that stuff. And, I do not think that I have acrylic paints in storage. I don't think I have. I used up most of that stuff before before I came back to Nebraska, I had like 3 years that I lived off of my own savings and it was pretty bad back in there. That was when the economy really hit bad. And then when you were trying to pay rent and all that too, finally I came, well, you guys know that story. So J-Mac is here. Becky says, my washer has a bedding cycle, and I washed my $8 thrifted quilt on that, and it turned out beautiful. Yeah, Becky finds the neatest things, and I am so jealous of Becky. They can go to the bins and come home with the coolest stuff. Now here in Nebraska, it's all clothing, which is, you know, there's nothing wrong with clothing, but, you know, I kind of miss... and then the Goodwill prices around here, well, especially up where the bins are, they're higher. In the one that I go to locally here isn't too bad. I can still find some decent stuff for a fair price. I think their prices run between $2.99 and $4.99, but you get up there $7 or $8 for a used notebook. You know, forget it. They're saying good morning to Pam and Roy and Tori and Joyce and Teresa and Arlene. Yeah, cannibals. Yeah. Yeah. Planning cannonballs? Nope, no cannonball planning. It's the cannonballs sound like cannonballs, doesn't it? I think I'd get in trouble with the sheriff if I planted cannonballs. What do you have growing in that garden? Ammunition. Oh, dear. Teresa says, finishing up Cheryl's beanie. Oh, yeah, there's another person we need to keep in our prayers is Cheryl. Cheryl has been going through breast cancer, and man, I'll tell you, she is a trooper. She's a trooper. The last photo I saw of her, she looked good in her cap that she was wearing. I don't know if it was a beanie. It had a you know, a bill to it, a front bill. What do they call that? But she said she was losing her hair. Oh, I just wanted to hug her. Becky's going off to her doctor. She says she's got to go to her doctor now. She says, I'll see you all later. Bye, Becky. Sending you good thoughts and prayers along with you. Angie says, goodbye, Aunt Beck, and good luck. Roy says, we've been using some of my Nana's crystal. I broke one champagne glass the other day. It was sad, but it was also special to be using them before I pass and they end up in the dumpster. That's right, Roy. And even if you break, now I don't know about a champagne glass, but like if you drop a dish or a plate and it has a design on it, sand those edges down and grout them and make break it up more and either make a mosaic or a piece of jewelry or even use it in your art someplace. Arlene says, Becky, prayers for a blessed day. They're sending Becky off with good thoughts and prayers. Teresa said she loves looking at the sketchbook. Take care. You're in my prayers. I haven't seen all those, Mary. Kitty Jen says. I have to go and read chat here. Let me go down to the bottom. I'll probably miss some chat, but I want to get started here. Kimberly says, prayers for our buddy Cheryl. Yeah, keep Cheryl in your prayers. Mary, these days you will need to grow those, Angie says. Cannonballs. Yeah. Cannonballs sound like cannonballs, doesn't it? Well, the lady I chose to sketch here, I think I have it all out, is Beulah Louise. Let me go to her here. Beulah Louise Henry. And here she is. And let me read about her here. She was born in 1887 in Raleigh, North Carolina. Becky's gone, but Becky's in South Carolina. She was an inventor and a businesswoman. She was known as Lady Edison. Her inventions included a bobbin-free sewing machine and a vacuum ice cream freezer. She received 49 patents and had around 110 inventions total. She was born in Raleigh, North Carolina. She was the daughter of Walter and Beulah Henry. She was a granddaughter of a former North Carolina governor, W.W. Holden, and a direct descendant of President Benjamin Harrison and Patrick Henry. Oh, there you get the Henry name. Henry was a creative and inquisitive child. She enjoyed painting and music, but her favorite hobby was to point out things that she saw wrong. Oh boy, she would love my stream. And mention changes and innovations that could be made to improve them. Boy, she'd love coming in here. One of her first ideas for an invention was a mechanical hat tipper that would tip a man's hat automatically when he greeted somebody. At 9 years old, she began drawing sketches of inventions, and by 1912, at age 25, she had her first patent for a vacuum ice cream freezer. So there's more. I'm going to give you guys this link so you can go read about her, because this is all on Wiki. But this is the person that I chose to draw over and over and over. Let me grab it all here, select all. Come on. Where's the select all? Copy. Let me come into chat. Whoops, I got... Hold on. Let's go to all messages. She would love Mary's soapbox. Kitty Jen says, I got a set of 100 super tip markers and a set of pen plus gear 12 count markers and a brand new set of Crayola covered pencils on Tuesday. I had fun shopping at Walmart if I had more extra money. Boy, I know. Kitty Jen, you're set. You are set. And I'm just going to put the link in here because the link has her name, Beulah Louise Henry. And let's go look at her pictures here. There's this one where she's holding a doll. I kind of like that. And let's see, I think there's some other ones here too. Let's see. No, I guess that's the only one. So I guess we're going to sketch that one. I'm going to bring it down into my library. Open. And I'm going to edit this because I want the doll. I don't need all this black at the top. And I don't need all of that. There we go. And I think I'm going to leave it like that. Increase resolution. It's thinking. There we go. So I think I'll draw this much of her. She's got a hat on, though. I wish I had a different picture of her, but that's the only one in Wiki. So we'll draw her with her hat on. But I like her with the baby doll. So right now, I think I'll just concentrate on her face. And look, she's got an open mouth. Okay, we're just going to concentrate on her face. And you guys may not see, well, you're seeing, I can't show my entire book and get a close-up of everything too, so I want you to see the I could zoom in just a little more, maybe. Oh, I need to, I'm stiff from all that working from last night. Is that too much? Let my tablet catch up with my phone here. Hold on. It takes some half minute. Now maybe out just a little. There. You're going to leave it like that. There we go. Okay, and I'm using these S-Gel pens, and I'm using the Bold .10. I think it's 10. It's the Bold pens. I like them because they are the most water-soluble of all of them. And I'm just going to concentrate on her. In fact, I'm going to draw it kind of large. Like this is her hat brim here. And I'm just going to kind of concentrate on her face right now. And I'm going to do many of these and see what I come up with. So I'm doing an enlarged version here, probably even larger than real life. So she's got two. Her eyebrows are in this picture are long and thin. Maybe she plucked them. And this whole face here, this side of her face is in shadow. And we're going to bring it down like so. And then the doll's head, the hat of the doll, is really cutting into her chin area. So we're going to bring her nose down here and maybe starting right about here with her. And she's got a slanted, her face is angled. It's at an angle here. Probably about almost 40, maybe 45-degree angle. And what's going to be interesting is her lips, because her mouth is open. Her nose here. And in here. And her eye in here is very dark. So I'm kind of doing an enlarged version here. Maybe her eye doesn't come to that point. It's kind of more like that. And it's very, very dark. And I'm doing a very large version of this. And remember, this is all dark in here. So not a lot of this is going to show. And then come across to the other eye, really kind of starts more up above here. And it's pretty, she's got a shadow under this eye. So it's dark in here. And her eyes go at an angle here. And this eye you see more. Now this is really too bigger than what I'm comfortable doing. But it is nice to get a start, just to kind of get the feel of the photograph. And we'll do this, I'm going to do this. Now I won't do it consecutively every day, but I'm going to do a whole series of her. Now see, even things like this, I can see right away there's more space between her eyebrow and her eyelid than I have. So this eyebrow should come up higher. We'll just make that shadow in there. And this is dark in here. And this is all in shadow in here. So, and this ink pen is water soluble, so all these, all this ink I'm putting in there will be water soluble. So you won't see as many lines. And let's just do some of that right now. Oh, I used, let me just pull out one of these paper cups. My little cups, I used them, I took them out in the back porch. I want to clean them out. I'll just use one of these. Hold on here. One of the ones I put the seedlings in. The seedlings, I took my little Japanese indigo plants, and I've been keeping them more. I've been keeping that seeding starter, potting soil. I've been keeping it really moist because I have it in the west window and the sun comes in there and it dries it out pretty fast. Let me just pour some water in here. Should be enough. So I almost can't wait for them to start growing. I go out there and check them every couple hours and go, are you growing yet? Are you growing yet? And I washed all my paintbrushes, so they should be fairly clean here. And let me get a towel in case I need that. I'm at the end of this row of towels. I got another roll of them though. So see that it's water soluble ink. So that all of this side of her face is in shadow. So I can kind of come in here and just really put it all in shadow in here. And this is all dark in there. I might get out some ink and do that background more. Or I might just stop in here. Let's see. See, this is not quite so dark in there. But this is all in shadow up here. It comes down this way. And this is all in shadow. I need more ink. And I think this ink bottle here is bordering on empty. Can't even get it open, it's so old. See if my pliers will open that. I've got another one, but I put my ink bottles away. And I think this is even kind of gunky. I think I'll put some water in there, see what happens. I'm gonna squirt some water in the bottle. And it will dilute it, but that's okay because it's almost done anyway. How much do I have in there? I've got such fat fingers, I don't want to spill it. I'll put the lid back on my water jar. Got too much white under that eye. there's the lid. I don't know if this will help or not. Oh, I can see some splatters. It's still kind of gunky, but it's a little less gunky. Ooh. So this is all dark up in here. So if I can't take some of that dark. And didn't need much for that, did I? If I can move any of that up there or not. Now this is a close-up version. And look, it's bleeding into her face over here. Hold on. I'm getting it all over my fingers. Now my page is really wet. And see, she's got hair starting down in here. And here's her nose, underneath of her nose. And maybe even a little in there. A little in here, a little bit lighter in there. Her nose is too wide. I need to make her nose a little narrower. On the next one, I will. So if you can kind of imagine her face coming and her neck coming down this way. Let's blot some of this wet. Alrighty, make sure my ink is closed. I'm going back to my ooh, excuse me. Put this in the water. I'm not going to spend all day on this. Let me get rid of this towel. Get a clean one out. She's just kind of peeking out of the page there. I don't know. Do I want to do her over and over? I'm done. I'm done. Well, I'll do her several times, but the goal should be to do like 30 or 40 of her. Of whatever one you choose. Now, I don't know if I want to choose this one or not. Now, her hat really comes down closer to her eye here. It comes almost touching this one. So I'm going to go back in with that, and then it kind of goes up. This area in here needs more black. And she doesn't have lips yet. Let's go back in on her lips. Her teeth are going to be interesting. That's one reason why I want to do 40 of this, because I'm not so good with open mouths. But maybe that's a good reason to do it. And this is all in shadow in here. And then it gets darker in the corner of her mouth. But now the teeth are what scare me, because I'm not good at them. So this is her lower lip in here. And this goes all in shadow again. And the doll's head takes up a good portion of her face. And I'm not sure I want that. I like it as a whole like this, but when I'm just doing this much, it kind of, I don't know. As you can see, a part of her ear, she's got hair. I don't want to spill that water. She's got hair coming out over this way. And her ear, you can see just I don't know if that's an earring or part of her ear. I think it's a pearl earring because she's got a pearl necklace on. So let's make it round. And that's what we can do. We can bring that pearl necklace. You only see just a little of her cheek over here, and then that pearl necklace starts. And it starts out smaller. And I'm just going to put hints of it. And it comes down. Now see, the baby's head, the doll's head, that bonnet kind of bothers me, because it comes almost like that, and it really goes over this way. And I'm not doing much in there because I don't want to put lines in there. In here. Let's go back and work on her eye up here. Let's work on her eyes, soften them up a little, if I can. And her eyebrow. Probably have it too wide in there. I'll try to smooth some of that out. My page is very wet. And this eye gets really dark. It's almost hidden. Which means I don't know if I want to do this many pictures of her. And then there's more dark right in here. And there's hair. She's got some hair coming down in here. Now, I'm not sure exactly how that goes. And like I said, this hat. Comes down closer to her too. Not a bad start. I'm afraid to do her teeth. Really, on her teeth, you really only see 2, 3, 4 of them. But whenever I do teeth, they always look like scarecrow teeth. I'm going to kind of shade them in a little. And then let's get some more water here. What did I do with my brush? Where's my brush? Oh, I put it in the water. Let's get... This is a life-sized one of her. Probably not the best, but you do... The goal is to do it several times so that it starts looking more like her. And this, of course, is all dark in here. I need some more of that inky water. I guess I'll put some in there. Her face, well, her face in here is fairly large in there. I need to put more black in there because it's running into her face. But let's put some black over in here and see what happens in here. I'm bringing some of that up here. And put some more down in. Now I think this is probably too large. I don't want to get this area too wet in here because it's already wet. And I think, looking at this, it's all dark in here. I could probably put some more dark down in there. So if I get too much water on here, the page will start pilling. All right, let's see. She's got some shadow going in on her cheek here too. Yeah. Hold on. Not that much. I think I... may got a little much in there. And my water is getting dirty. Wash out my brush. I can't, the thing of it is with ink, once you put ink on these in here, like this line, I don't really like this line, but I can't lift any more of that up. Once you get a good line of ink on there, it's hard to get that line out again without peeling the paper or tearing at it. I think I put a hole through that, not quite. So I might just leave this. I want a little bit more of this in here. I'm going to leave it, and it's really too large for me to do any more with. Let me, maybe her eyes. No, I think I like her eyes. What do I need to work on? Her nose area. In there. It's darker in here. I don't know if I can see. Look, you can see that line where I put that ink in there. All right. I think I'm going to leave that. I don't know if I want to do this one over. Look at in there. Down in here. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Make sure my ink bottle's closed. Let's see, put this over here out of the way. It's an awfully large face, but I wanted it to be large. Now I've got white in her eye, almost too white in there. This part of her eye is white, but this part of her eye is kind of in shadow. I'm putting my hand in it. Well, I'm not sure I'm happy with it. I think I could have done better. But it's hard. This book is so big. I'm not sure I'm too happy with this. But it's a nice to try. Let's put this here. Whoops, I don't want to call anybody. Yeah, was that my... Yeah, that's in my... That's the big one, isn't it? No, that's the one I'm going to just kind of do smaller here. Just a quickie sketch. So there's her hat in there. It almost looks like her hat. I don't know, because it gets so dark in there, I can't see what's going on. That's one thing that's kind of bothering me on this picture. And her face is so... Let's see if I can't edit this and... copy. I don't know what I copied to the clipboard. Let's see what's in. Let's see what I copied to the clipboard. Paste. Oh, I copied the entire one. Okay, now let's... I don't see where I can change the lighting on this. But I got a copy of it in there, so let's change the lighting on this one. See if I can't see what's going on in here. See, look, when I change the lighting, now her face is too light, but I can see what's going on with her hat. Brightness. See, if I just want to do her hat, let's go back to here and just get her hat. Just get this much of her. Now let's edit that and go in and to kind of play with it to see what her hat looks like. Highlights, shadows. Saturation. See, I'm kind of wiping her face out in there. What's that? Tint, temperature. There, that's a little better. But then I'm losing it in there again. So this is really a study of this much of her. I'm going to make that a little lighter. What else do I have? Sharpness and definition. It's fun to play with this stuff. I've lost this part of her face in here. But if I wanted to study her hat, let's go back. Meri's lost in her world here. I'll be out in a minute. Lighting. Go back. I don't know if I want to do this one. I don't know if I want to, how much of this one I want to do over and over and over, because I like something that's not a hat, not open mouth, and more where I can get the whole facial feature. Although when I hold it up this way, I see more of it. So anyway, I'm going to stop with that because you guys are probably bored stiff. Let me come out and look at chat. Get my keyboard out of the way. She looks kind of weird there. I'm not sure how happy I am with this. It's almost too big and wide. But it's fun to do stuff like this. It's fun to play. I'm going to move on, and I'm going to come out and chat first. I'm not sure I'm happy with that. I don't think it's that great of a sketch. I think it's pretty poor, in fact. But I kind of get into close to what I'm doing, and I kind of get critical of myself, so we'll set it aside, and I'll look at it later. I need to repair this book here before I lose my cover. So far, it's okay there. I'm losing it up in here. So let's move on, Meri. Oh. I think I've done better pictures, but I'll set it aside. Oh. It's heavy. That's one heavy book. All right, let me zoom back in. And we'll move on. Do the teapots. Jen is saying, do the teapots, Meri. Do the teapots. Let me refresh chat here. Chat filter. Chat filter. Anina says, Meri, just reminded me I wanted to do the same with a photograph of me and my grandmother. Oh, that would be cool, Anina. Wait, I'm not happy with that. For one thing, her head's awfully large on that paper. It's probably even larger head than in real life. So it's kind of a weird picture. Jen says, if you think yours is odd, Meri, wait until you see mine. It looks like a real doll. Oh, well, that's good. A doll? Well, I don't know how good it is. Hi, Maritza. Yarn and Crafts. Good morning. Anina's here. Did I say good morning to you? Good morning, Anina. Mina's here. Anina and Mina. Mina Parrish is here. Good morning, Mina. what kind of a pen that I was using. I like to sketch with these bold S-gel pens. It's either .10 or 1.0. They're the bold ones, and they are water soluble. So if I get me a good palette on there, I can take and when I say a palette, when I get a good area of black in there, I can add water to it, and I can get a lot of tonal values that way. Get on the red dot. I can do better, though. Darla left. Anita says she loves her. This is where Mina came in. She's saying good morning to everybody. Darla says, I have to go, not because of storms. I have errands to run. Have a great day, everybody. Oh, thank you, Darla. Angie says, thank you all for the prayers. This world needs prayers right now. And Angie said she needs to go. She has a lot to do. Dixie Doodles is here. Hi, Dixie Doodles. Yeah, very wet page, Dixie. Angie says, most of you don't know, but I live about 2 hours away from Arlene. Arlene says, lightning is hitting close again. She's going to go and unplug the electronics. Have a blessed day. Yeah, that's pretty smart. Keep everybody in the east and the southeast in your hearts and prayers, because they're having storms right now. Those storms are not fun stuff. What did Roy say? Tina, good morning, Tina. I miss saying hello to you. I appreciate it when you guys say good morning to people when I'm so focused on what I'm doing. I miss a lot of people coming in. So I appreciate you guys greeting each other and saying good morning. Thank you guys for doing that. Tina says good morning to everybody. Oh, Mary. Oh, no, I missed an hour. You missed my slow stitch. I can't go up any further. Jen says, if you think yours is odd, Mary, okay, I'm caught up. So I'm going to turn my phone off to save the juice. I got my notepad that's plugged in and at 100% over here. And what time is it? Oh, I can't turn off my phone because I'm going to do the teapots. Let me tip my camera just a little bit more. Did that help? And we are going to do teapots. I should work on those postcards. You know, here's the thing. I might have to start all new all new postcards tomorrow night. Because once I do something like that, here I got a little tiny tat. I set it down and I cannot get motivated to touch it again. So I might do all new postcards tomorrow night. I was doing these. I can't get motivated to do these. So I might do all new ones tomorrow. These are the teapots that I did Sunday night. I only got 3 of them done. We're going to do a series of teapots. I got 3 done, and I need to do 2 more. Let's see, I think this was the first one, and this was the 3rd one, and this was the 2nd one. So I got 4 and 5 of week 5. Should be week 15. So, I'm going to do 2 teapots. What time is it? It's 7:50. I go until 9 o'clock. So I've got a little over an hour to do these. And I should get them done. And I'm going to use my Sharpie. Derwin, I'm going to put you over here. All right. So I usually do these on Sunday night, but I didn't get them all done. I got into doing something else Sunday night. So let's go out to my notepad. And, oh, you know what? I might do somebody else. Here's Lady Esther. No, I looked at that one this morning. See, I want... Now, she's got an open mouth, too. I'm going to stay away from... I should... oh, I like Rosie O'Neill. I think I've done her. I know I have. But she's a good one to do because she's got a closed mouth. Sarah Breedlove. Find a picture. Oh, now this... Oh, I've done her, too. I should check these off when they're done. Here I am picking. I know I've done her. Janis Joplin, have I done her? She would be a good one to do. She's got a nice smile. She's got a full head of hair. Janis Joplin, do I have any other photos of her? She's a more current. Got her signature. Yeah, well, she's got an open mouth there. And here's with her band. She's singing there. That one's not bad. I guess the first one is, here she's singing. Here she's got an open mouth again, what I should be working on. But it's got the hat. I'm going to stay away from hats. I think the first one is probably the best one. I kind of like this one. I'll have to decide later. I've gotten off track again. Went down another rabbit hole. Let's go back to the teapots. Let's see, I want to go to doodles. And I think they're in here, teapots. And so, whoops, I want the search. Search for teapots. Okay. Ooh, I wanted to do that square one. Let's do that one. And when I always come in here, I always point out that you know it's in the public domain because it's got a little box with an OA in it, means open access. And then after it says public domain. And if you come down to the bottom, a lot of times you will find that's a vase. You'll find other things. This is, I think I did this one. No, I did a black one. This is a blue one. And here's this one again. This is the one we're going to do. And also, if you click on this, you can see different views of it. And they have different views. Whoops, what happened to it? Come on. There it is. And I don't think I like this view because it's got that angle in there. I think I like the other view better. I think I like this one better. And I like to bring it down into my library because when I start moving around here, it moves it around. And then I edit it and get rid of all that gray space out there so I can get a better definition here. Save that. And I'm increasing the resolution, that's why it, okay. So let's work with the shape of it. It looks like up at the top, it has some sort of a, I think that's a seashell. I don't think that's an animal. It almost looks like an animal, but I think it's a seashell. Let's go back out and read about it. It's British, Staffordshire. Listen to experts illuminate this artwork story. I'm going to go back and listen to that later. 1745 at Salt Glaze Stoneware. And it doesn't tell what kind of a top that has, but it's either a lizard or a seashell. What do you guys think? Is it a lizard or a seashell? I almost think it's a seashell, but it looks like a foot and the tail going down there. I don't know if I'm even going to do that because it's kind of weird. I think it's a seashell because there's seashells down here. See, there's a seashell. And it's got all these little X's, stoneware. So it's all ceramic. Let's go back into my library. Boy, that looks like a lizard. See, it looks like a foot there and a foot there. But it could be, I like the idea of making a seashell out of it. I don't want to know if I want to put a lizard on mine. All right, let me get a link of this and share the link. I know Jen, for Jen at least, copy and come back out into chat. I lost you guys. Did I see Pearl in here? Did I see Pearl? Oh, they're talking about, you named your 1969 Firebird Pearl after Janis's album, Dar said. I draw hats good. I don't know about that, Jen. Anina says, Brenda, all those houses down is insurance paying. Watching from Switzerland, and I can't imagine we don't have them here. Welcome from Switzerland, Anina. Insurance pays, especially if you have insurance, it pays depending on what type of insurance you have and how much you bought and all of that. That big tornado they had down in Oklahoma, and I can't remember the city, it starts with an S. But also, there's disaster aid through FEMA, which is a federal disaster organization that helps people out. And there's a lot of help locally from different areas of the country. There's a lot of private contributions that help people out. There's the Red Cross here. Red Cross helps people out. So I think there's help out there, but it's never going to, if you can afford insurance, get insurance. You know, the government is never going to fully reimburse you all your costs. And not only is there financial costs, there's all the emotional loss of things like your artwork, things that have been handed down to you through the family, all your photographs, things like that. And sometimes that's good in the sense that you start over, you don't get too attached to stuff, but it's just kind of heartbreaking. And then there's the loss of life. I haven't heard too much about yesterday's tornadoes, but the ones that came through about a week or so through the Midwest here, they scared me. They missed our area. They went east and south of us. So that was a relief, but I was afraid for all the people in the path of them. You know, they hit Omaha. They hit over in Iowa, Ohio, down in Oklahoma, Missouri. They hit down that way. They did come through last Friday, or was it Sunday night, Monday night? They came through our county here, but still it was east and south of where our little town is. But you're never going to get totally reimbursed. Rory says, Brenda, I've been choring, C-H-O-R-I. He's been doing chores while listening. Every finished chore leads to 3 new, I got chores. Spring is wonderful but exhausting. Yes, it is. Have you been working outside, Roy? I'm going to plant canna bulbs And it's not cannonballs. It's cannabulbs. Cannabulbs, B-U-L-B-S. Canna, C-A-N-N-A, canna, or C-A-N-A, however you want to spell it. I was going to put the link in here for Mina. And I lost the chat thing. I'm just going to put teapot. And I'm not for Mina, for Jen. Paste. And that should take us to that square teapot. And there it is. And I got it in my gallery so I can have better control over it, but we're going to start there. And I need to do 2 of them. So I'm going to sketch this with my Sharpie pen. And I don't know, should I zoom in a little more so you guys can see it a little better? Let's see how that works. If I don't move it around too much. So I like this as a square teapot. And if you really look at this, zoom in on it, and so many times I want to zoom in on my paper. I want to go like this on my paper. You can see the seashell and all the little, you can see all these little floral X's in here. Makes little petals. I don't know if I'll get all of those on, but let's do the shape of it first. And I have to leave room for the spout, which is very angular in here. So let's, and you know, I almost think I should do it in portraits, in landscape, because it's pretty wide. So we're going to start over here on the spout. I'm going to start right in there, I guess. And it has this little piece here. Let's work on it this way so you can see. Hopefully you can see that. And it has a little curve and a little... See, I so much want to expand my paper. The paper is not expandable, Mary. And these do not have to be perfect. They're just kind of little doodly sketches of what I'm seeing. I don't strive for perfection with this stuff, because it would take me hours. I probably could, if I spent hours, slow down and, you know, measure from here to here, from there to there. You know, I'm not into all of that. I'm not into all of that. I'll just snap a picture if I wanted that. Okay, so this curves a little here. A little bit of a curve there, but it's got a triangle in there. Something like that. And then that triangle actually hits the bottom of that, and then there's a piece that comes like this and goes up this way, and another little piece there. I'm right in here, and then it curves, not curves, it angles down like that and kind of like that, and then there's another triangular piece in here. And this comes out a little bit more like that, and then we start the side of it going up this way. So I'm right up in here. All right. So there's that. And then there's really kind of an angle this way. And it kind of curves down. like that. It's very detailed in there when you stop and study each little piece, because there's kind of like a little triangle in there, a little triangle in there, a little triangle in there. It's very angular. Then it comes down over this way and starts the side here. And it comes kind of at the way it's sitting. This line is not a straight line. It's kind of at a slight angle. So it kind of comes a slight angle out this way. And down a little. I'm right in there. And right in here. And then there's a little piece in there. And then it comes out again for the foot. Sort of like that. And this might come out a little bit more because it forms this face in here. I'm right in there. So it kind of comes up. And this kind of angles too in here. You don't see it so much. You think of it as a flat surface. But see how that angles? I have a feeling that this kind of angles in here. And it too is at a slight angle going down, like this one. Kind of matches this angle. So kind of like that. So it's very interesting to study. And then this part here kind of angles down into the various pieces. And then angles up, back up this way. And it kind of like so. Kind of has a foot here. Like that. And then it comes up the back here. And then this angles up again. Not too much. And then we get the handle over here, which curves around like so. It has a little attachment, I guess you could call it, on there, which has a decorative element in it, but I'll never get all that in here. Oops. And then this comes up. Now we need to do this part comes up. This part, the lid, the handle, the top of the handle meets the top of the lid, or the bottom of the lid. So let's do the lid here. Or this part kind of angles down in layers. Like that, sort of. And sort of. I'm not getting them in good. Sort of like that. And it comes up. And it has the, I call it the neck area in here. I hope I'm going to get all this lid on there. Might have to squeeze it on. And then it kind of goes up in several layers up there. And it's either a lizard or a seashell up at the top. I haven't figured that out. I think it's a seashell because it looks like an animal, though. I'm going to make it a seashell because I'm not crazy about putting an animal on it. We're just going to make it kind of come down. Let's see. This has to angle up this way. We're just going to kind of bring it down into a seashell. Sort of. I'm not wanting to put a lizard or a alligator or whatever it is on my teapot. All right, so this handle comes to the bottom of the neck area, of the lidded area here. The neck is in here. This is kind of in shadow. So it kind of comes like that, and then curves up. Has a little knobby on there. And I think if you look at this, it's got kind of decorative elements across here. I don't know if I can get those on there. And it might come out more than I have it. Like that. Now, we see two seashells. Two seashells. Not a bad sketch for a quickie sketch here. So we got a little seashell in the center here. And this has got some lines. And a line this way. And that way. And another one. By the time you get all this done, it's fairly large. Something like that. And then it's set in a little boxed area. And I'll never get all of these on there. I don't know if I'm even gonna try. We'll do a couple. I think I'll do them down in here. They're just little, and they're in ceramic so that they look dimensional, because there's a lot of shadowing going on. It's a stoneware. Yeah, I'll just put a few on there. So I've got the essence of my vase. It's got another seashell going on over here that's not quite as, it's more at an angle. Let's put the box on there. So much I want to expand my paper. You see that seashell needs to fit in there. Sort of. And it has all these areas here, which I only put those in. It has all of those in there. I'll never get them in there. I don't have the patience to draw all of these little X's. I don't have that kind of patience. So I'll just do a few of them. Maybe on this side here. Yeah, I'm missing in there. How does that go? It comes this way and this way. Yeah. I don't have the patience to do all of that here. So I'm going to I think I'm going to call it. I think I did my best work over there. Call it here. Move on. But if you wanted to spend hours and hours and hours, you could do that whole teapot and put in all the, and do it in perspective. But I don't have hours and hours and hours. I'm happy with this. Maybe I'll put another couple of little ones in here, just to suggest that it has some over there. And I'll put some shadowing lines in here. It's a study. It has some, I guess I'm going to leave this alone. All right, I'm going to call this week 15 card 4. Week 15 card 4. Because I got color on these. I'm going to leave that one in black and white. This one, this one's my favorite. All right, let's move on. How much time do I have? I got 45 minutes. That's good. Let's go look at another one. We did that one. There's a blue one. We did this one. Whoops, I didn't want to get in there. That's too detailed. This one's cool. I like this one because of the birds. Can I do that in 45 minutes? I like it a lot, but I think I need something simpler. This one drives me nuts. All the swirls on there. I never did figure this one out. What is that? I don't know what that is. We did this one. I like this one in black and gold, but here again, it's too detailed to do it here. I need something simple. This one's interesting because it's got a handle. It's got, you will make 2 different types of tea. I would forget what was what. I guess I'd have to say the blue bird or whatever, this blue spot in here, the blue flower has one kind and the orange flower has another kind. Double-sided teapot with 3 peonies. This one's pretty simple. I don't know about those birds though. I don't know if I could do those as elegant as they are. I'm looking for one that calls to me. That one has interest. I'm not sold on that shape. Whoops. Go back. Whoops, I went too far back. I lost my spot. There's the double-sided one. There's the one with the lady in it. The birds. There's a nice brown one. That's more my style. It's interesting. It's got chains on it, on the lid. And it's actually has a relief on it, a relief design on it. If you study it more, that's probably more. And here it is in a, oh, did we do that one? We did that. That black one had this kind of a, Becky said, slip attachment on that. And this one's interesting because it's got feet. The teapot has feet on it. This one's pretty simple. as far as the shape and the, I don't know if I want to do it though. I'm looking for something easier. I'm looking for something that inspires me. This one is gone. What is it? Ooh, this one's kind of neat. I like the shape of it. I don't know if I could get all those pictures in there though. It looks like a lady. What is she doing? Looks like she's planting a flower. Oh, she's got a bird. A bird on a stick. She's got a stick and there are her hands and there's the bird. I'm not sure what she's doing there. And over here, it looks like a child maybe kneeling at the chair. Oh, it looks like she's serving a lunch and the child wants something to eat. That's too complicated for me to do. Go back. There's that blue one. There's that one. There's that one again. That one doesn't have the feet. I think I'll do this one. It's pretty simple. Let me bring it down. Whoops. Is this? Save image. Open. Edit. And let's close it up a little more. Save. And let's go get the link. Copy. And put that in chat. And then I'll read chat. And then we'll come in and do this. So there's the second teapot we're doing today. And let me read chat. Kimberly says, did J-Mac have to leave? Bye, J-Mac. Thanks for popping in. I see J-Mac over in Pearl Sales. Kimberly says she's singing now. J-Mac says, I've enjoyed seeing everyone this morning. I must get my day going here. Hope you all have a blessed remainder of your day. Thank you, J-Mac. Have a great day. Brenda says, I'm a lineman for the county, and I drive the main road, searching in the sun for another overload. You got it, Brenda. Dar says. Yeah, that is an interesting construction. I kind of diddly-doodle on these because I don't have time to... I studied this one a little bit more, but I don't have time to put all that stuff in there. I just, and I don't have the patience for it. I'm not that, I suppose if I were doing these for something more serious than what I'm doing them for, I would spend a little bit more time on them. But I feel like I'd bore you guys too. Let's see, what else is going on here? Does anyone remember The Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell? Brenda says she remembers that song. The song is about your hubby, Brenda. J-Mac said she remembered it, 1956. Jen says, that's interesting. Let's see, what else is going on? Nina says, keeping him and everyone in the stormy path in my prayers. Brenda said, J-Mac, so many places were hit yesterday and last night. Oh, really? See, I haven't listened to the weather. I went to bed last night. It's overwhelming. My husband works for the power company. He hasn't checked in for a while. That's the worst part of it for me, him out in it. Yes. So, Brenda, we're keeping your hubby in our thoughts and prayers. Keep Becky. She's got a doctor appointment for for her knee. Her leg's been bothering her a lot. She's hoping to get it fixed. And Cheryl, keep Cheryl in your hearts and prayers. She is getting chemo treatments. She has breast cancer. She's dealing with that. And keep Renee Suzanne in your hearts for prayers. She used to come online as Little Red Wagon. And she and her husband are fighting COVID. And she's really concerned that her son might get it and get really sick. So keep all of those people and keep all the people in the path of the tornadoes and the storms in your hearts and prayers. It's just heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to hear about all that happening. In the morning, it really seems unusual for me because usually the storms here don't really start firing up until about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. To have to deal with that at 9 o'clock in the morning, ugh. Let's see. Anina says she's out. She's going to go take some photographs. She says, goodbye, everybody. Brenda says, Roy, I was talking about being fat. My 15-year-old granddaughter told me I wasn't fat. She said, I'm robustly curvy. Aww. Oh. J Max says, Brenda, the neighborhood my mother sold a home a few years back was hit pretty hard last night. Hot Springs, Arkansas. Oh dear. Roy says he's not angular, he's curvy. North Tennessee and southern Kentucky was hit hard yesterday, Brenda said. Then again last night, at the same time, they were getting hit in southern Tennessee. Roy says every spare moment has been given to outdoor chores. Aging and aches and pains and medical appointments are making this year's spring prep very challenging. I've slowed down this year. In fact, I was kind of thankful. I got to kind of tell you the little story. He is a little boy. He's a 7th grader, so he's kind of a young man, but his mother still kind of supervises him. She kept an eye out on him. It was really kind of his first time mowing somebody else's lawn. So she wanted to kind of supervise him, and he did a good job, though. He brought his own lawnmower, and it was a push mower, and I'm so glad that I offered him 40. He said 14. Well, he said 15, and I interpreted it as 50. And I said, well, I'll give you 40, because I gave the other young, that's quite a lot to mow. It's a lot for me to mow. And it's a lot when you don't have a riding mower. And I'm so glad that I offered him that, because it's a lot. He did a really good job. He was stopped and picked up sticks, and he was very careful. When he got all done, he said, I'll come back next week. And I'm sitting there going, no, I think once a month. I can't afford $40 a week. I didn't tell him that. I just said, well, I said, we'll see. We'll wait until the grass gets a little higher. But he was really happy to get that $40. It really motivated him too. But it was worth $40. I paid half of it, my brother paid half of it. So, really, we kind of split the cost. So, and it encouraged him. And I keep thinking, these young kids, $40 doesn't go very far for things that they want these days. So, but I can't afford $40 every week. That's what, $160 a month? No, I'll get out there and mow it myself. So I could do it once a month, for the summer months. It opens up time for me to do other things out in the yard. So, but it's nice to have it done. And yesterday I had to go around and do the parts that I really, they're harder to mow around. And I kind of did all the detailing out there. So that was enough. Well, let me go down to the bottom and chat. What did Roy say? Dar, it seems to me they've taken that course out of the med school curriculum. Roy, I hate doctors who say things like that. Stupid and unprofessional. What happened? I don't bore you, Jen? Good. Roy said, so the urologist says, don't worry about getting prostate cancer at your age. Something else will get you. Oh, no. That wasn't very reassuring. Oh, dear, Roy. Brenda says she hasn't turned on the TV. I don't want to see what happened. It makes me anxious. I need to get some craft stuff out and take it to the bedroom. Daughter's asleep on the couch. Yeah. I kind of like to watch the cleanup efforts down there in Oklahoma. I watch this one channel, ARMS, A-R-M-S, Family Homestead. And he's got a big machine that their downtown area was destroyed down there. I can't remember the name of the town for the love of their money, but it's so sad. But on the other hand, it's kind of gratifying to see people get out and help each other. And there's going to have to be a lot of people getting out, it sounds like, because there's a lot of areas that are getting hit by these tornadoes. Brenda, we hope your hubby's safe. Brenda says, I start the day lightning. I took the dogs out. My one attempt at gardening this year is a hanging basket. Yellow lantana. It took a beating. Oh. Well, I haven't been doing a lot of flowers this year, and I was telling my brother, by the time I buy, those 6-packs are getting more and more expensive, like $4 for a 6-pack when we used to buy them for $2.25. They've almost doubled in price. And by the time I buy enough 6-packs like I used to, I might as well buy a hanging basket. I may not be able to get as many hanging baskets, but they're pretty easy to water. I may get a couple more and call it done for the year. I want to get another fern and maybe, but if you kind of wait, those hanging baskets, and I don't buy the expensive hanging baskets. I don't buy the $30, $40 ones. I buy the cheapest ones I can find that look decent. All right, let's go do another teapot that I saved out here, this one. And is that that's in my gallery, so, and I think I saved it. So let's do this one. It's getting late. I've got a half an hour, less than a half an hour, but this one's pretty simple. And I put both links in for you, Jen. Jen's been following along. She's been doing some nice things. And then Sunday night, we can start on week 16. And I think we're probably should be on week 20 or 22 by now. 20, I think. Week 20. But I want to get 52 weeks of them done, but we're having to, I'm almost, by the time I get to week 26, I will have filled up that index. And we need to do, what did I do with it? Is it behind me? I don't know where I put my little index box. I don't know what I did with it. I'm not going to hunt around if it's not right here. I usually keep it over there. I moved it. I moved my box that I was painting. Oh, there it is. Here. Yeah, put it way over on my desk, my other desk. I'm painting this index box with those Sharpie paint markers. So I did the horse, he's done. The camel's getting done. I did the peacock. This is off the Tree of Life. And I'm going to do the little hippity hop rabbit, I think, in here. It's not from the Tree of Life, but, and then I think I want to do the goat and something else here off of the Tree of Life. But I'm on week 15, and look how many index cards I have, doodly cards. I need to change these around. Week 14 is here. I was going to do that. So by the time I get to week 52, I don't know if I can get all my sketches in here. I'm going to get me another, I want another metal box this size. So that's what I'm doing. And I see what I did. I took these cards. And tomorrow night, I'm going to do postcards again. But I think I'm going to start with new postcards because I faded out on these scissor ones for some reason. Not tomorrow night. Yeah, tomorrow night. Friday night. I keep my days mixed up. Let me put this over here. All right, let's finish this up, Mary, or you won't get done. And I just kind of sketched this, and then I go in and put in smoother lines. These are really supposed to be doodles, but I do them bigger, and then if and when I get to doing a prompt game, you know, I can make them smaller. Now I think I want my teapot lid to come right about in there. Sort of like so. And then it's kind of angular too, I don't know. Sort of at an angle in here. And I seem to always hit the top of my cards here. And then the handle over here is interesting. It kind of swoops up here. I don't know if I like that. It comes here, and then it has this kind of an interesting piece coming this way. And comes down in like so. I think this is supposed to be a vine in here, because it's kind of got little notches, so to speak. And kind of a little notch going on. Sort of one. Sort of like that. And that kind of hooks onto the side, I think, more than I have it. All right, then it has these vines and leaf shapes. Kind of leafy shaped in here. And that kind of comes down, hits that, and then swirls around. And there's another little leaf in here, a leaf shape. And then there's a big old leaf in here. It's kind of an odd shaped leaf. And I'm not going to get all of this stuff on there. It's more square than what I like. See if I can't angle some of this out. That's a big leaf. And then it comes down, swirls up this way. That has a leaf shape going on in here. Something like that. And it comes up. Oh, it swirls down this way and swirls back this way. And actually these two should be meeting. And that should be thinner. And then there's a leaf going on up here that I'm not going to get the whole thing in. And I'm just going to put a shape in there. Now, what's wrong with this? It's rounder. And then there's sort of a leaf shape coming out on the lid. All right. Is there a leaf in there? I think this is like notched wood in here. I'm not gonna worry too much about putting those in. And this is more slanty. All right, let's get out a tan color. And let's put a table on this, just to make it look. And I notice this one doesn't have one. Give it a table. Set them on the table, Mary. For some reason, I don't have these even like I like. Let's put that one down here. All right, let's get a tan color out. It's pretty simple coloring, white and tan. I've been using these super tips from Becky. Gifted me a whole box of 80 super tips, and they're all different. It's supposed to all be different colors. No matching colors. Two of the same color. Let's see how dark that is. That's really darker than I wanted. That'll do. Put it up there because I'm going to put colors back in. And we're just going to what time is it? I've got about 15 minutes, a little under 15. I like these super tips. I love the flow of them. You don't see a lot of streaking with them unless you want. I don't do much color blending with them. Sometimes I do, but not a whole lot. And super tips are water soluble. So you could try doing some stuff with the water soluble. I'm not going to on these that I'm doing right now. Now let's see, let's do the lid up here. Leave a little white areas. And here again, if you spent hours and hours, I don't spend hours and hours sketching my stuff. I get paranoid about it. So it's got a white handle, white decorative areas, but I am going to go in with the gray background to make the white stand out a little bit more. Now I'm getting a little streaking in there, but not so much that it bothers me, and it kind of blends in. And if you go in circles, that helps too. Just move your point rather than making lines. Just do circular motions. If you don't want streaking, so much streaking, I got a streak in there. But it doesn't bother, streaks don't bother me too much. I think my gray here is getting a little used. Feel like it's getting dry on me. Doesn't surprise me because I've been using these quite a bit lately. Alright, I'm just going to kind of do a little light gray at the bottom here. Maybe make it darker in here. Now, to finish it off, be sure you have the caps closed good. To finish it off, should I use the Tombow marker? And just kind of outline it. Kind of do my black areas in here. So I want to thank you guys for coming on a Thursday morning. Today is Thursday, so I think Paint Girly comes on at 9. Stacy Catitude comes on. I don't know if Lisa and Tanya will be on this afternoon. Let me get in a minute, I'll get my sheet out. We know Beth Schuler comes on at 9. Let's see, let me look at that since I'm talking about it. Who's on Thursdays? And of course, there are more people than what I announce here, but these are the ones that I'm familiar with. Stacy, Kathy Arbor at 6 p.m. Eastern, Thursday. Lori Paint Girly at 9 a.m. Eastern. Stacy Catitude at 9 a.m. Eastern. 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Dusty Unicorn Tuesdays and Thursdays at 10 a.m. Pacific. And Beth Schuler, of course, comes on Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. Who am I missing? If I'm missing anybody, shout them out. If you're bored, there's always a YouTube stream, art stream to watch out there. And I think this is supposed to be representing the vine coming around on this handle. I'm not sold on that shape, but that's what it is. Sort of like so. And I think there's more space in here than what I have on my handle, but I'm going with whatever it is I put on there. There we go. I'm pretty happy with it. So this is week 15. These are my doodle decks. Card 5. So we can start on week 16 Sunday night. Oh, I think I'll date this. I'm going to date it 5/5. That's what I did last Sunday, 2024. I want them to all have the same date. You know, and I should outline this. I could go back in and outline it, but I'm not going to take the time here. 5/5/2024, just to get that down. So this will be my Teapot series. I'm going to go in and document them more. Card 3, card 2, card 1, 4, and 5. Card 1, card 1, card 2, card 3, and we might do some more Sunday night. Card 4, maybe I'll spend more time Sunday night. Card 5. I will be back tomorrow morning at, I think I'll use this for my thumbnail. I will be on tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Central, and I don't know what I'll do. Maybe I'll work on another face. I'll have to think about those faces. I wasn't entirely happy with what I did today. I think I made her head too big for the paper. So I may work on another face tomorrow. I may work on some slow stitch, maybe work on that Greek key. I'm going to work on the crochet this afternoon, Becky's crochet along. So maybe I'll have something to show you tomorrow morning. It is 8:56. I want to thank you all for coming. Have a really good day. For those of you that are in the paths of the storms, our hearts and prayers are with you for safety. If you are in a direct path, be sure to take shelter. then she said, Meri, these days you will need to grow those. Oh, I'm way back behind. All right, everybody, have a great day. Bye.